Alright, hello everyone, we are here in Houston, we're playing VFR, so it's raining a bit, but don't worry, we'll get around it, I hope. AVK line, great to have you, not a good weather-wise at KHPY, I don't know the name of the airport, so we'll check it. Thunderstorm the sim, oh no, it was so nice when I loaded in, we'll see about that. I managed to close the loop, I played on the guitar first, but I forgot to turn on the audio for you, so I turned on once to looped in, let it play, and then I looped the bass, so hello, great to have you here. The announcement first, after today I will be going to irregular schedule and streaming only every now and then, so expect at least 2 streams a month, and I'll let you know when they will be in the Discord, so we'll see how this works. Okay, let's pin down the bass, the loop is in, and let's fly around. It's the 4th of July, so all our American friends, I think they're all out and about. So, we'll see about that. Alright, let's put them down and show you around. Hang on, almost there. Need to change the mic layout. And are we all good? I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, check if the base is visible. Alright, it's actually fine. So let's have a look. We are here. That's Volanta. Top relays data is coming from Volanta. And I did plan a route around Houston today. Turns out it's a pretty big city. I've never been there. So we'll have a look around. And I do have the plan in Navigraph as well. That's the one. You can always check it by hitting !route in the chat. And there you go. Also, I turned the bot on. In the meantime, there was a lightning. Oh dear. That's not the weather I dreamed of, but hey, we can handle it. So, what's up with the weather here? Let's have a look. We are... somewhere around here. Right, I can turn on the layer with the weather and we can see what's going on there. Ooh. Oh no. He said that right behind Joe. Yeah, exactly. It was a big one. How is that thing moving? Let's have a look. Oh, I see. I can control it here at the bottom, so I can click play and it's moving like that. Alright, so it should be over in actually forever. It's pretty slow moving. And look, it just spawned there, so it's just growing bigger and bigger, and we're around here and we're going this way, so we should be fine until I get ready. There's a good chance we'll be behind it. I hope. So that's the road. There's a ton of airports and airfields around Houston, and look at the legs, it's like 13 miles between each of them. So quite a distance. We go from Baytown, we'll go around here, then go to George Bush International, and then go to the city center, and then come back along the river. That's the plan. It has the 120 miles, so that's gonna take us 1.5 hours flying. With the touch and goes, that's gonna be a bit more. Right, I hope everything looks fine and you can hear right. I think I got everything up right. All good, thank you, Vicky Line. So it's 4th of July, American friends, I think they're celebrating 4th of July. And also supposedly there are fireworks in the scene when we set the time to 22:00. So we'll try that after the flight. Right, I think I like the loop, it turned out pretty well. But it's time to pause it and go to my regular music. So the loop goes out and the music comes in with the same. I saw that supposedly with the Texas City update, yeah, and it's supposed to be over every major city in the US, but we'll see about that. Right, I'll turn off the guitar stuff, so hang on, I'll be back in a second. Alright, that's done. The plane is easy to fly, so there's not much to do. We don't need to plan anything. Yeah, we're all good. Uh-oh. So there's 2 keys to change the views, and if you click them in the wrong order, you get somewhere else. I still don't understand how this works. Yeah, see, it's sunshine now. So we'll get the engine started and then I'll go unlock my chair. So the yoke is working, so I'll hide them so they're not in the view. My track air is working as well, so that's gonna be fine. I'll hit the B for the QNH. Alright, and we can get going. Parking brake is set, but it's always a good idea to reset it, at least in the rear aircraft. So, uh-oh. My regular handle isn't working. So, release that, step on the brakes, and lock that again. You always have to do that because it just locks the pressure in the system, so if someone locked it to not tight enough or whatever reason, you may be unhappy. So it's a good idea to just reset it before a flight. I did tank the fuel with full tanks. So we got the battery on. We are showing full tanks here. We'll get the beacon lights and the nav lights. What do we have here? So I should have reset that, but I didn't. Oh, I need to start my spot next, so I've got the trim working because it's set up there and I forgot to start it. Hang on. Right, it's starting. Right, it's gonna do the job. There we go. So now the trim should be working. Let's just double check that. Yeah, it works. Alright, I'll get the mixture in. Open throttle a bit. We'll prime it 2 times. It doesn't matter all too much in the sim, in this aircraft, but let's do that. And we can start the engine. So, gear prop. Wow, there's so many signs there. Gear prop, step on the brakes, and get the magnetos to start. I should have checked the fuel tank position, but I think it's open. Oh wait, actually it isn't. Now it's open, so it's very hard to see. Now it's pointing up, so that's off, and when it's flat, it's on. So now it's on, and now we can start it. So we need to prime again, because that didn't work when the fuel was off. There's no fuel pump here, because it's gravity feed, so you don't really need that. And get it to start again. Now it works. It's very quiet, so get it a bit up. There we go. Release the brakes. Alternator on. I need the avionics on. Oh, the avionics. Oh, it was supposed to be off. So let's get that on. On and transponder standby to 1200 for the US VFR, and we are all good. So I'll go unlock my chair. So hang on, I'll disappear for a second. And I'm back. So to going under, I have lockable wheels on my chair and I need to get in position. Transponder on or altitude reporting, I never remember. It depends. So when you're a grunt, just on grunt, you'll have it on standby, not off. And then it depends. So it seems that now usually almost everywhere, at least they would like you to have it on altitude reporting before you start taxiing and when you request taxi, so they can see you on the ground radar. Unless you're a place when they don't have that, so they don't care all too much. And then what we often do in GA is we have it in standby until we line up the runway, and before lining up the runway we'll get it to alt. So there's 2 schools about that. I never know which one is right. It a bit depends on the place, so you need, if you're on VATSIM, you need to listen what the local customs are. So for example, in the US, most of the time, if you request taxi and you don't have alt, they will ask you to turn transponder to altitude reporting. And the reason is that then they can see you on the ground radar. When I was flying in Europe, we usually just had it on standby, and moved it to alt when lining up the runway, and move it back to stand up when vacating the runway. That was the old school. One of the reasons was to maybe not trigger TA array or something like that. Also, it doesn't really matter because TA array is in inhibit mode below 1000 feet, I believe, or maybe a bit higher. So you want to trigger it anyway, because whoever is there to be triggered, they're too low and it's inhibited. I know it's a it's a bit too much for a simple thing, but well, this is the way. So I think the easiest way is to turn to alt just before you request taxi and turn it back to standby once you stop. I think this is the safest way to go. So if they are looking for you on the ground radar, they will see you, and you don't forget it before lining up, so you don't get a call, check squad mode Charlie as you're in there. And last thing, you will not trigger the array anyway because it's in the inhibit mode. I was I was afraid of doing that, but actually it's not the case. I'll try to go that. There we go. That's Skybrary. That's resourced by Eurocontrol, I believe. Mostly. So that's usually European, but well, most of the things are universal. And you can see that here EA array are inhibited below 1000 feet AGL. But I think I may still show us traffic on the Garmin. And well, show us this yellow traffic on Garmin on other plane. Well, I'm not sure how Garmin goes about that because, well, for example, Garmin 530, it actually does know the terrain elevation. So there's few bits they still don't understand, but at least you won't trigger TA array in any airliner because it should be inhibited for them when they're landing. So, actually still curious if you can cause any trouble while having this on ground, but I see that in the US they won't have this on. And also you can look at the flight radar on the planes that are taxiing on ground. It will usually tell you if there is what transponder mode is under. Alright. That was it. If you have any questions, please know I'm super passionate about all of this. I'll try to tell you what I know to the best of my abilities and show you some resources as usual, so you can verify whatever I'm saying. And anyway, whenever you hear something, try to verify this in any data you can. It will make you better at looking up the data, and also you'll know the source, not just that someone told you. So back to the flying, where are we? Right, what is the wind? We can check the wind here. Actually, can check the meter. I think all of my Twitch tokens got reset and some things are not working, so let me just test them. I think the blurb is working.
Wow.
And are the sound alert working? There. Okay, they weren't working just before. So I was a bit triggered by that. Now we can check the meter here. The KHPY. Oh. Alright. Just check the Houston or the other Houston. Whoa, it's such a long meter. 160 at 14 knots. That's all I need to know at the moment. First in flight, 160 at 14. Right, so we'll take runway 14. So we go here by Alpha. So to my right at the moment. And that's 138. Right, I'll keep that open for myself so I see where I want to go. I need to remember to chill and rest my head on the headrest. I have a trouble doing that. I'll just lean forward like a madman. I'm not sure how you handle that. Tracker is working perfect. So I'll step on the brakes, release. Oh, here's the parking brake. Release it. Make sure we don't decapitate Joe. So, right. Need to get moving first, and as soon as it starts rolling, I need to put in the rudder and step on the right brake. Just remember, in the plane, in real life, you won't be able to kick the rudder because it's hard linked to the nose wheel, and there's a lot of friction, so you'll just be having a hard time. Hang on, are we going the right way? No, I need to go there. That I was saying before, if you look outside, I think that would be very apparent. So normally the nose wheel is hard linked with the rudder and the pedals. So you can't just move the rudder around on ground because you'll also force the nose wheel to move, but there's a ton of friction here, so you'll most likely break something and not get what you wanted. Alright, the music died, the music is back. Oh, let's get the taxi light on. And since we're flying a bit wild today, I'm not on VATSIM, so it would be a route that might not get approved on VATSIM, since, well, not really wise to fly over the city in a random zigzag. That is a one wild taxiway. But we're getting there. Oh, and there's photogrammetry. It's looking a bit wild. And the photogrammetry is good, it's great, but when it's bad, it's absolutely hilarious. Right, there's runway 14, I can see the signs. So we'll take some distance. Actually, we can go here and do the run-up here. There's a dedicated spot for the run-ups, which we usually do not have in Europe, but they have it all over the place in the US, which is just great. I would like to have it in Europe as well, so we don't bother anyone doing the run-up with Orion or waiting behind you. You can imagine. So, step on the brakes, get the parking brake on, even though I'm still stepping on the brakes the whole time, so I have full control. Get the RPM to 1700. Right, there's the RPM, move the magnetos to left. Check the drop, there's 100 drop. Back to both, let's go back up. Up, now to right. Also 100 drops, so below 150 drops and difference below 50. Let it go back up, and now we check the carb heat. And there should be a hefty drop, there's around 100, so it works carb heat off, and that's about it. So we can go idle, flaps 10, and we're ready to line up the runways. So get the strobes on, taxi on, landing light on, so we have all the lights you can get. In JA often you'll get the taxi light and the landing light for takeoff, just so there's more light going out of you, so you're much easier to see. Just check here, 040, 040. Okay, so you can line up the runway, release the parking brake. How do I stop leaning forward and just rest my head on the headrest? I don't know how to do that. Right, we're not on VATSIM, so there can't be anyone here. Also, you can't... Oh, but we are on the multiplayer. You can barely see anything anyway. So, we would note down the takeoff time right now. That's a wise idea to do before you take off. And one last thing I want to check is the runway heading. Come on, roll a bit. So 140 here, 140 here. That's all matching up. Alright, so off we go. So we'll fly straight ahead and then turn to the right. Full throttle. Engine instruments in the green and in the green. Oh, it's another runway. That's so fun. 20 slightly from the right, so right aileron, left rudder. There's 60, so rotate, accelerate to 70, and get into the climb, keeping the 70. Now I took a mental note of our elevation, which was, say 50, so that's 200 feet, reduce the power to 24. And 300 feet AGL, flaps up, trim up, taxi landing lights off, and that's it. Nothing more to do here. Hey, nice plane. Right, I'll get it a bit quieter. I do like the sound of this aircraft in the sim. It is pretty nice. We have the power lines. They may be from my add-on about the power lines. The trains are not super green, but it's not a season update. Right, also take care of my speed. Ton of power lines there. There's the city. Right, almost 1000 feet. I think I'll go to 1500 feet. That's a reasonable altitude to fly at. VFR. Right, it's actually I think different color from the set picture. So see there's green one there and a browny one here. So we can, I think, go in the area of that bridge. Yes. Actually, let's keep 1000 feet. They're lower, we can see the terrain better. 1000 feet, level off. I'll reduce the power. I'll go 22 today. That's one huge bridge, and we have a lot of rain. Oh, there's no autopilot today, so no cheating. So that's the bridge I'm seeing in front of me. So we'll go there, and then I'll just use Navigraph to get to our next airport, and we'll do touch and go on this runway 22. It looks quite pretty actually. The bridge is huge. Right, so with the roads like that, I would actually be able to navigate, I think, around this area using the chart. Because normally it's a bit of a struggle. Now the problem with this aircraft is you can barely see anything. There is this huge engine in front of you. I need to trim up. Not going great. Also, it's been 30 degrees here. That's what I remember from the meter. Oh, it's gotten much shorter, yeah. 30 degree. It's quite warm. Oh, that's some industrial area actually. Pretty cool. A lot of people flying there as well. Whoa, that's me. Quite a road here. And yeah, that's an industrial area. Alright. What's about this island? Nothing on here. And there's a port here with all the containers. That looks pretty nice. Actually, the weather isn't all too bad. At least we can see where we are going. The area under the bridge is having a bit of a problem here, but we are not going there anyway. BK line, there we go. Nice to have you here. Thank you for flying along. Cool stuff. So you are in a fast aircraft just loitering above me. And we are going into the rain, I suppose. Would I be able to navigate there? So we need to follow the road from the bridge and then turn right. So let's try if I can do that. So here's the bridge and this road should turn right here. And then we'll take next junction to the right. Sorry, turn left and then we'll take next junction to the right. I have a bad feeling about this. If you are not from here, it might be super difficult to identify anything from there. Also, why my plane not want to fly? Fly plane. I'll go a bit higher power, 23 maybe. Right, so we are going south now. There's the port here. I see a ton of containers and also other containers for the fuel. Those ports look amazing whenever I drive close to any one of them. I just look at that. It looks just great. Right, almost taking a quick look here. That's gonna be difficult to follow. I cannot really tell anything from the chart up here in reality. I'm there in altitude, so I need to come down. Oh, I see. The rain. Right, here I think the road is turning right. So I have that going at least. And there I think is the airport we are going to. But I don't think we would be able to see the lights from this distance normally. Like, they're bright, just not that bright in daylight. That's working. We just follow this road and then it should be somewhere on the left. So yeah, I think that's the one. How to identify I can't really tell. And I think these are the rails here, are they? Boom, another lightning. I wanted the fireworks, not the lightning and the thunder. So I think these are the power lines here. See, they are marked clearly on the chart. And I think these are the power lines, not the rail line. Actually, it's actually two of them combined. Whoa. Well, the airport is there, but identifying anything from the chart here, I'm really struggling with that. The vehicle line, I think you got a bit too low. Fine. Oh, there is this funny road here. And I can see it on the chart as well. It's this one here. And it's just taking us to the final. Alright, so that works. So I would maybe be able to see something if I was flying there. Right, there's the runway, so we'll do touch and go there. Whoa, landings are brutal and the rain is brutal as well. It's not looking great for me now. Also, I like how this rain is tilting backwards. That's how it often looks like. Not going straight down, it's actually like lagging behind close to the ground. Right, there's the runway, so let's do touch and go. I will reduce the power, get the landing light on, flaps 10, use the power more, flaps 20, and 30. Let's get 30. Trim down. I want to check the name. That's Houston Ellington. That's what I like about the GA. You can dive like that on full flaps. If you reduce the power to idle, that's how it descends, basically 10-degree pitching down. Alright, it's gonna take forever to get there. He's playing so slow. Actually cool, we have time to do and think about everything. Well, maybe except for this rain. I don't want to be thinking about this rain. It's brutal. So I'm keeping 70 knots. Keep the descent. Try to guesstimate my vector, like where I'm going. So it will be the bit on the windshield that's not moving around. So we're just aiming somewhere. Actually, we should be aiming on the piano keys. Well, okay. Normally the aiming point is here, the thick part on the touchdown zone. But I like aiming at the piano keys in the GA since I can clearly see I'm passing over everything, and then it takes a while to flare. So if we do that, we have still room to flare, and we can touch down on the aiming point. So aim for the piano keys, and then at some point you do the round out, and then transition to flare. Okay, to the round up now. Start rolling back the power. And try to flare now. Have right rudder and left aileron. Go idle now. There we go. Right. Flaps 2 notches up. Here is the applause. Full throttle. I'm still kicking the right full, well, halfway right rudder, halfway left aileron. 60 knots. Rotate here, accelerate to 70. To release, actually need a bit of the right rudder for the engine. Well, not in the sim. And get in the climb. Keep the wind correction in. That's 200 feet, AGL, reduce power 24. Pitch up a little bit for the climb. 300 feet AGL, flaps up, trim up. Landing lights off. Oh, and that's it. Alright, where do we go next? Oh, it's just on the right. Houston Hobby. How do we get there? I have absolutely no clue. I think we'll just follow this huge road. So we'll follow this huge route and it should get us on the downwind leg. How many people flying here? That's pretty nice. Oh, and I do see the downtown there. So here's the route. I'll keep it on my left side so I can actually see it. There's the big line. Alright, now we're approaching this intersection. So that's the intersection here, and well, then we basically need to go a few clicks back until we see the airport. How do we do that? It's gonna be a problem. Right, it's 1000 feet, level off, accelerate, reduce power. I'll go 22.5 again. Now, where could it be? Well, it's gone. Nowhere to be seen. There are two lakes here. They're actually here on the chart. And the runway should be like a bit further down. Actually, I'll turn off my little plane here. Let's make it hard. So we're around here. There's two lakes and there should be the runway there. So, two lakes and there is the runway here. Perfect. Since we're going the wrong way, we'll go downwind. Do left pattern and do touch and go there. What is the runway heading? Oh, we'll take the small runway. The 1-3 left. No plane, we're not going down yet. We've got Brat on the approach there. There's Dave, Josh, Shadowblaze. What's up with all the people today? Oh, but the Airbuses and the Boeing. Alright, so 1-3. There's 1-3 here, so we're basically on the opposite heading. I do like seeing downtown now. It's looking pretty nice. Dead Zombie, hello! How are you doing today? Also, if you missed the announcement, I'll be going to the irregular schedule mode now with less streams, so expect at least 2 streams a month, and I'll be letting you know. Oh, the lightning. Doing good, cool stuff. I'll be letting you know in the Discord when the streams will be. It will be regular, less often. Yeah, I'll see how this goes. But I'll try to let you know beforehand so you have a chance to fly along. So good stuff. So here's the runway that we want to land on. And it's all lightning and thunder in Houston today. One tree left. It's I think it's here. Right, so my final turn will be somewhere around here. Actually, it's not going great. Right, I'll reduce the power. Go to 19. Landing lights on. Speed check, flap stand, trim up a bit. We get into the shallow descent. How is that working for me? Alright, so here's this river. We will turn base here and then I'll be looking for the runway. I still have a problem of keeping constant distance, getting into the Hunter Call of the Wild. I'm not sure what the game that is. Is that the one where you hunt or is it the different one? Right, so I'm making sure the 1-3 is here on the left hand side. It's a hunting game. Yay! Good stuff. Enjoy. I've never played it, but looks quite cool. Also, I like learning something about some skills in games. That's pretty nice that you can do that. So here's the runway. I can see the runway threshold here. It's not the big runway, it's the small runway. And since we're on the base, I also go flaps 20. So speed check, flaps 20. And start turning onto the final now. Oh, keep the speed up. Exactly. So downer like that will not kill us. Right, throw out a bit. I'll just get to the center line. I'm not sure where the wind is coming from. Actually, it will be pretty much headwind. Also, it feels like a super strong right wind. It was free on the Epic game. That's what I was thinking, because I remember it was being there. Hey, cool stuff. I like the sync with the free games. Also, I got so many of them and I never play any. But it's good having a choice. Right, speed check, flaps, full. And we are not doing great. Oh, look at that crosswind. It's actually not even turning into tailwind now. Okay. That's not gonna be great. That's full left rudder. Right, somewhat worked. I have a bit of a problem here. I have full left rudder, stepping on the brake, and it's not enough. Oh, I know why. Because the sim don't think there's enough friction on the nose wheel to turn you when you're moving fast. And yeah, release the rudder. I should have checked the wind probably. Oh, and I forgot the flaps. So 2 clicks up. Oh, it's not going great. Right, regain the speed. The rain is looking absolutely fantastic here. And here we go and climb. You reduce the power 24. Flaps up, trim up, landing light off. And we can be back on our way. Oh no, I feel I'll turn on the little plane here. It's getting too hard. So we just took off on the 1-3 here, so we can actually keep the heading. No, hang on. I think I messed up something. We need heading 230. Let's try 230 and let's see what we see. Right, we're passing one road, there's another road coming in. So I think we're passing this one and that's the next one here. Oh my, that's difficult. So I'll try to get to this intersection and then fly south, or at least go over those thingies. Light brake, consuming a root beer float? Whatever that is, enjoy. So here's the big road, we'll follow it, and I'm going up until the intersection. Right, 1000 feet, so we'll level off a bit. Can't even level up a bit, just level off, reduce the power. Why am I always making this hard myself? Well, so there's the road. I think that's this one. Oh look, there's even this. No, it should be on the other side. Right, we're going to the big junction. I think the big junction is around there. Vanilla ice cream in root beer. Oh my. Brutal. Not BX now. Hello. Still good to see you haven't crashed yet. Well, yeah. Also running out of rudder when trying to take off. I think that barely can count as crashing. I'll hit the B for the QNH. Right, it didn't change. What is the wind here? Wind is... Alright, 200 at 7 knots. So here's that big junction. There's a ton of towers there. They're just waiting to kill us. We're not going there. It's a trap. Everything not big, so now. Still traveling, I think. Are you? We are just hunting the lightnings here. There's downtown, so I'm flying around the city and we'll go to downtown last. The city is pretty huge. I mean, it's absolutely huge. Alright, so I think we're getting at this intersection now, because it's the huge one. And I'll just try to go diagonally here until I see whatever that is. Oh, it's just a road with our rail line. And I should be seeing this watery area as well. So let's have a look. I mean, there is some watery area around there. How'd they get up to 2000 feet? I didn't mean to do that. Let's go to 1500. I think that's more reasonable, dude. So we're staying with 1500 today. Right, actually works. So this thing was on the chart. We do see it in real life. I mean, in the sim life. But we're not out of the woods yet. So I'll be catching this road. So there's a road going here, and it's basically on the edge of the buildings. So that's the one here. See, the buildings end here, and there is an empty area. And it will lead us to Houston Southwest. And there we'll take runway 27. Right, we are saved. So it should be somewhere. Hang on. Somewhere there. We jump outside for a moment. So there's the road, there's the empty area, there's next road, or maybe there's next road, and there should be the airport there. It's pretty fine to hear them airports. Now that's a fancy area to live in. I wonder if that's more having fun at the water or more mosquitoes here. You never know. Oh, I see. So that road here, I think that's not the road I'm looking for. I think that's the road here. So there's first right, second right, and the third more right. That's the one at the airport. So it should be more distinct. I'm trying to keep 1500, although it's not really working. I forgot the transponder to alt. No, and I was talking so long about that. Outrageous. Where is that airport? I will bet it's somewhere on those buildings there. Looks very airport-ish. Yeah, that's the one. So this road and that road there. Well, that road has much smaller angle. So that's the one I'm looking for. Hey, thank you for the follow. That's a nice nickname. Her wife's boyfriend, LD. Thank you for the follow. Great to have you here. Welcome, welcome. We're flying around Houston. And we're just getting to Houston Southwest. And yeah, that's the route we're taking. And turn off the little plane. Just trying to navigate looking at the chart. It's not easy in a city area because everything looks the same. It's just houses all over. Oh, also we should be landing at some point. Can I see the runway? I see the beacon. I guess the runway is not here. I think it's here in the back. So I'll be aiming for that thing. Alright, go to idle for now. Reduce the speed. Speed check, flaps 10. Get the landing lights on. There's the run. Now I can see it. Perfect. So speed check, flaps 20. Actually, I think I can go out for now and flaps 30. And just start rolling in. I'll lose enough altitude, no problem here. Right, I think I was a bit too quick. We had enough room here. This Cessna is not afraid of sinking in the pattern, I mean. Right, it's a bit bouncy today. I just moved the rudder a bit there. That's what you're seeing. The wind should be from my left. Right, the sim froze for a bit. I got scared. So that means left aileron, right rudder. Go to idle now. Keep that 70 knots. Well, almost idle. Right, now we're doing good. Perfect. Right. Flaps 2 clicks up. Throttle forward. I'm not sure what's going on with the wind here. I don't feel any actually. 60 knots, rotate. Accelerate to 70, get in the climb. I super like these power lines from the add-on. I don't remember if I put a command with the link to this add-on. If you just go to Flight Sim and check power lines, you'll get the add-on. It's worldwide with the power lines. It's great. I love it. Right, 200 feet, reduce power, 300 feet, flaps up, trim up, landing lights off. And I need to see what we're doing next. Right, so we just follow that road and we'll go to Houston Sugarland Regional. That's a nice name. We can go to Sugarland. So turn right, track 305, and just follow that road. Uh-oh. You're getting the trap here. And I think the masts are coming from the other add-on, the Willow VFR pack. There's three of them. One for Europe, one for, well, Europe, Africa and Middle East, one for Americas, and one for Asia, Oceania. So those things are in the way. That's not great. Hang on, is that the road I want to follow? It is, so let's follow that road. I will climb 1500. Another nice area. So we won't be going into the deadly trap. There is an intersection here, so I'll check that in a sec. Right, that heading is matching up. We followed that road. And I think that's the intersection here, so we're just passing that and follow that route. It should go to the right then. And it does. Or does it? Not very easy to see from this plane, so sometimes you need to lean like that. Actually does go right there, so I'll just cut the corner here and follow that part of the road already. Alright, 1500 is almost there, so I'll start leveling off. Accelerate and reduce power. What do I do next? Up with the dot. Right, it's gone. Let's have a look at that. So it did turn right here, and then it's turning slightly left, and there will be an intersection, and then hard right, and there's the airport. Right, we can take runway 35, why not? So it's going slightly left here, then there will be an intersection. I do it right. So, again, it's going slightly left, intersection and hard right. Slightly left, intersection, and then it should be going hard right, and there should be our airport. So we'll see about that as we get closer. Okay, I think I may be seeing the beacon already. So here's the intersection, then the road's taking hard right, and the airport should be just behind it, so that's the area here. Intersection, hard right. Oh, I think that's the runway there. So that appears to be the runway here. Right, it's going pretty good actually. I can still find my way around. I didn't expect that to be so. These different roads are making it a bit easier actually here. I'm not keeping the altitude whatsoever. So since we have that in sight, I think I can slowly go down to 1000. Right, so we'll just go to base and final. So I will do base over that area and then turn final, do touch and go there. Passing that big road, so the photogrammetry is pretty nice around here, or the models. Now we clearly can see the runway. I thought that there is a display threshold there, and Yanakis are here, and you can see the runway and lights. If I get it right, I think these are the runway and identification lights. I might get it wrong. Right, throttle idle, landing lights on, speed check, flaps 10, flaps 20 and full. There's the runway, but there's display thresholds, so we still have some room. So that's Houston Sugarland International. I feel like there's a story behind this name. Right, that's gonna be super steep approach. Keep the 70 knots here. Wind from the left. And again, my way in the GA is to aim for the piano keys, and then the round out and flare will make you touch down just on the aiming point. Right, round out here. Now flare, roll out, roll the throttle to idle. And that was a bounce, and here we are. Flaps 2 clicks up, full throttle. That works pretty well actually. .60, rotate, up in the air. Accelerate 70. Going to the climb. $200 speed, reduce power. 24. 300 feet, flaps up, trim up. Landing lights off, keep the 70 knots. And while we're climbing, I see where I want to go. Oh, we basically go straight ahead. Right, that's gonna be easy because there's a huge terrain feature being the lake. So we go basically due north 354 here on the track. Let's climb 1500. And we are going to West Houston. What's the runway here? 33. So we'll go over this bridge. We'll go to the right side over the bridge, and that should put us on final here to runway 33. Right-ish side of the bridge. Before we get there, there will be, well, intersection. You are bound between two roads, so I'll try to keep between those two roads. This road, oh, this road here and this road here. Was there another lightning there in the scene? Can we do that? Oh. And so is that I don't know, I think that is the lake there. It's hard to see from here. Right, we are passing some river canal here. There's one road. Passing the road as well. Right, it would be pretty damn to get lost here. Nah, I'm not super confident about where we are. There's a road here, so that's good. We are passing some intersection here. We're going north. Have we been lied to, and this lake area is not a lake actually? Well, who runs power lines through the middle of a lake anyway? I think we have been lied to. I think it's just a swamp area. So that's what this depicted as a lake. And there's like a canal going around it. And there's a power line going through that. So yeah, we have been lied to. How come? What is that place? Why is it marked as a lake? I am so confused. So look, here's the power line. There's a road as well. Okay. That's the weirdest lake I have ever seen. I mean, mostly because of the trees. So here's the power line turning to the right, and power lines are super useful for navigation. That's why I love this add-on with the power lines. Alright, so that place here, where the power line intersects the buildings, should put us on final around here. Oh, plane. Oh, I forgot to level off. Really, these power lines are helping me quite a lot here. And also power lines are super visible when you're flying a real plane. Not so much for the smaller roads. So the highways, super easy. Small roads, Well, it's very easy to take one road for the others, or they are quite often not very reliable anyway. And the rail lines, when you see them, super reliable, but sometimes they can be hard to spot when they're between the trees or whatnot. Right, so from here, this place here should post on a final, and it should be 3-3. Oh, there's the runway here, so we'll detach and go there. Right, go idle for a moment, slow down. Landing lights on. Speed check flaps 10. We will be going straight in. Flaps 20. I'll stay with the flaps 20. 70 knots. We'll be keeping 70 knots. Finally, I'll have a chance to do a stable approach. And the place is called West Houston. Yeah, and we are being over the lake by Navigraph standards. What happened here? Right, on the final, super stable. Get this runway end lights again, blinking. I mean the two white lines, one on the left, one on the right. And again, aiming for the piano keys. Then we'll do the roundout flare. That will put the touchdown somewhere around the touchdown zone there. And the airport beacons are huge in the sim. Right, so now we're actually pretty fast, so I'll go idle. Let the turret speed bleed off. Touchdown the main gear. Right, flaps 2 clicks up. And I need to go full throttle now. Sorry, 1 click up. That's flaps 10 now. Right. TXT, we can get in there. Accelerate to 70. Like battery, yeah, pretty much. Also pretty light, so that didn't leave much room for the takeoff. 100 feet, reduce power, 24. $300 feet, flaps up, trim up, landing lights off. Let's get until 500 feet and then we can turn. Where do we go next? Heading to 1. Oh dear, that's gonna be difficult again. I'll start turning now. Just remember that this gyro compass can go out of sync with the magnetic compass, so it's a good idea to look at the two of them in this plane. And see, this one is showing 0 and 0, so I need to sync it now. Well, 0 and 5. Normally I would go to the middle, just to get rid of the parallax effect. Oh no, it's not going great. I don't know where we're going. Da-da-da. So we should have passed. Oh no. There's the airport. I'm looking for some roads. There's a canal here, but they're not really marked very well on the chart. There's a road. It's one of those roads. Right, so we're looking for the big road and then crossing this diagonal one. I think the diagonal one is there in the distance. That's 1500, so level off, accelerate, that's 8 knots, reduce power. Lean forward and let's have a look there. I think that's the diagonal line. Roads, there's power line here. And there's other road coming in with a turn. Right, so that's enough for me to try to catch that on the chart. Perfect. Diagonal road, the one coming in with the turn, and there's a power line coming at it and turning. That's exactly what you see. Great. There's power line coming and turning to the left. The diagonal road with a bump, and the other road coming at it and doing a right turn and then a left turn. That's it. So we're aiming for this intersection with the bump. So just going there. This intersection, and then I don't know. I'll need to figure out in a sec. Right, it will be track 0 to 1 magnetic, but and we are going to Houston hooks now. Right, this looks like one of the most difficult legs at the moment. It will be diverging from this road, going into some empty area here and here. There's a funny intersection here. Well, and another road coming at us from the left. Right, I think I'm happy with the power, so let's keep that. We're just crossing the road and getting into the unknown. There's one more road here. I think it's... actually, I don't know. It's one of those roads. Right, there's the lake, so I do see it on the chart. This one here is this guy here. And also look at that forest near the lake area. It looks like a letter T in that way. So there's the I and there's the T. And we do have that on the chart as well. The I and the T with the lake here in the middle. We'll go past over that and there should be the intersection there. Wow. Sorry for that. It follows that here. Sorry for moving all over the place. Follow that here and then that forest. Hang on. It gets a bit narrower and then it gets bigger. No, I think I'm getting it wrong. So here's the road coming through the forest. A second road, a third road, and there's their intersection here. The first road, second road, third road, and their intersection here. That's the thing on the chart. The first, second, third, and the intersection here. Alright. And then from that intersection, well, we'll be meeting this road. Hang on. Not the road we want to take. It's completely the wrong one. First off, track should be 0 to 1. Right, so that's the road coming off the intersection. This one, that's the one I see going here. So it should be going to our right now. And what do we have now? Right, first of all, there's runway 35 left and 35 water? Oh my. How'd they put a water runway there? Let's go for the 35 left. But we need to get there first. That's not gonna be easy. Water runway. Yeah, let's do stop and go and check that water runway. So we'll stop on the runway, check the water runway, and then we'll go. Oh look, there's a huge tower there, so that's the one. It feels like a bit of a cheating. That's a bit closer than I expected, but well, here we are. You mean you aren't going to use it? No, I'm not going to use the water runway. It's not that warm here. Right, so we found it. Also, that last part from that intersection going into this airport, I couldn't identify anything between here. Right, there's the runway. Let's go idle. Heat check, flaps 10, 20, 30, landing lights on. Let's make sure I keep those 70 knots. We are not using the water runway. Oh, it's there. Oh, and is that the runway 7 left and 17 left and right? And is the right one here? That's one crazy airport. Yeah, it is runway 34 right. 35 right. So look, there's 35 left, taxiway, and then 35 right, super narrow one. Let's go on the 35 right then. Just runway mixture to lean, recovered, so well done. I'm going for the 3-way ride, the narrow one. It's gonna be fun. Let's take it. I wonder how it will turn out. The flaps full. Right, let's keep 60 knots. That should be safe enough. What's the wind like? 100. So we do have a tailwind from the right. The left rudder, right aileron. Oh, there, that's not going great. My speed. Pitch down. Add some throttle. Alright, that's why we don't like being slow close to the ground. Idle. There we go. Step on the brakes. There is the water runway here indeed. I'll just stop here on the runway. Hatchet! Hello, how are you doing? Here's your shout out. We're flying around Houston and we found a very peculiar airport. Houston, Hooks. Look, there's runway 35 left, 35 right, the super narrow, and the water runway. The water runway? What? Also, we have been lied to. Good to see you. Good to see you too. We have been lied to. There is this huge lake on Navigraph. It wasn't a lake at all. We've just been lied to. I wanted to have a look at this water runway, and I can also show the the pretended lake area. Well, at least I think I can. Oh, this poor little Cessna. Go flaps 2 clicks up while I still remember. So, oh no, I broke it. And don't worry, it's coming in. So here's the water runway. There is a bit of a problem with having a windsock in the middle of that water runway. We had a great landing. And there's a super narrow runway and a big runway. This is so crazy. I wonder if we can roll into this water. Why? What? I am so confused. We'll have a look at this place on the satellite picture. And the thing we have been lied about. Where is it actually? Let me find it. Alright, we'll just have a look on the chart. Sure, there is no insect there. I've been flying here actually. So if we go... Hang on, if we go... What do I want to do? What sim? Simaware. Come on, load in. Right, get that. And now fight Houston. Houston is somewhere around here. Am I right or am I super wrong? Yeah, so that area here has been advertised as a lake. This thing here divided in two is being advertised as a lake on Navigraph. And imagine my confusion looking for the lake and not seeing it. See? What's up? What sort of a lake is that? Like, yeah, it's this place, but there's a power line running through it. There's the area's George Bush Park. One hell of a park, but... Right, looks like it was some watery area in the past. Or maybe it just gets flooded every now and then. I get so surprised looking for the lake and not seeing it. But then I realized since there's a power line going through the middle of the place and some roads, that may not necessarily be the lake we have been promised. Absolutely outrageous. And I got no problem navigate from there to... We did that touch and go, and that airport just north of that is West Houston. Yeah, we did a touch and go here. It is, hang on. This place put us on final and it's somewhere around here. Oh, here it is. So we did a touch and go there. And then I had no problem navigating to this intersection, but from there getting to wherever we are at now, I couldn't do it very well. So from this intersection to Houston Hooks, I think I should have been looking for this big road. For some reason I thought it's much further away and I didn't think to look for this road. The road is here and here, and on the set picture oh, is that one? What about this road? Ah, that's the one here. That should have been looking for this road and this road. Ah, I got it. So that's not even the road, that's a different one. Hang on, which one is that? That one here. There's the airport, there's a turn. There is a railway, I believe. Here's another huge road. Why don't I see it on Navigraph? Oh great, it's not even here. No, it is here. No, it's not here. What? Oh, hang on. We got to this intersection, then I navigated fine to this intersection, and this distance was the problem I was having. So we're just here, and it was just, well, basically viewing distance from there on. I see. So that's the problem I was having. It was just too close. So we got here, then we got to this intersection, and it was just viewing distance from there. And indeed has this runways, 35 left, 35 right, and the water runway. And some sports area. And the business jets. And the planes. Right, so you land with a water plane here, and then what do? I think you just haul it out here. I think there's the place where you can go in and out of the water. It even has some more room for it here. Amazing. So many planes. We don't have that many planes in Europe. This is where I live. They still can't understand how I got a problem here. So okay, so I got here, that was the notch here. Then we got over that the T-shaped thing. And I kinda couldn't find it. Anyhow, let's continue. So for Houston hooks, we'll go track 111 magnetic to Houston International as touch and go on. What do? We can take any of them actually. Let's just do low pass over there. And then we'll just go to the city center and go back to Baytown along the river. So I think I'll turn on the little plane now. It's gonna be a bit easier. And let's do it. We had the VK line flying along earlier, but took a bit of a break, so we can just continue. This place is great. I like it now. Oh, there's lightnings all over the place now. Right, release the parking brakes. Flaps are 10. Full throttle. Right, rather get on that center line. I'm still not that great at tracking the center line in the sim. Airspeed live, pulling back on the yoke. I need a lot of right, left rudder now. Right, did unstick here, accelerate to... Actually I think 60 is the best climb speed here. 200 feet through this power 24. 300 feet, flaps up, trim up. Landing light off. And we go right to Houston International. Also that's a bit early, I shouldn't be turning it. Okay. Also, I've got this power lines add-on, and it's great for navigation as well. Using the power lines is much of a help. Right, we're going the right direction. I just landed as it took off. Oh, I see. Oh, I know the problem is I turned off the nameplates earlier on and forgot about that. Alright, so I think you can catch up. Your plane is much faster than my plane. What's this track going back and forth? Oh, it's not going anymore. I love having the power lines. It makes the VFR navigation much more realistic. Seriously. Next we need the railways. Also, again, they can be a hit or miss. And this power line? Yeah, we do see it on Navigraph. See that line here? Somehow really that's super easy to see from the plane when you're flying. You don't have railways in Misfits? No, we're taking the plane, not the rail. I don't know, I don't think they have. But I've got this add-on with the power lines and it's absolutely great. Oh. Hang on, I've got it saved somewhere in Discord. I'll place that for you. And here we go. So that's Project Lifts by Mammoth Design, and also there's Power Lines by Mammoth Design, plus we love VFR. And the power lines are coming from the power lines. It's absolutely great. I love it. I did climb a bit higher than I intended to. Let's reduce that power. Oh, nice. Hey, it's super nice. And it's a global one as well. And it's, well, pretty much spot on. I see a power line in the sim. I look at Navigraph, it's there. Wait, maybe it doesn't always work the other way around, but it's super nice. So that's the one. Power lines and solar farms by Mammoth Design. Yeah, it's great. Like, makes VFR flying much more realistic for me. Actually, I didn't realize the power lines will be so easy to track until I was flying VFR myself. And everyone's always saying that the railways, but they are very hit or miss. Like, sometimes you can't see it from distance because it is between the trees. Right, we are playing the Rogue Cessna now and trying to aim for Houston International. Oh, it's there on the left. I see it now. And there's the big line chasing us. So we've been in Houston before. I don't know if there is any scenery for it or not. I downloaded just the city update today. I don't have any other scenery installed, I think, at the moment. See all those towers as well from the We Love VFR pack. I think you can just do low pass other those runways here. I remember one time we started up on this ramp and did all sort of instrument approaches with the TBM. Oh, sorry for the mute. So we're going to do low pass over runway 15. 15 left here. And I'll do that in, what do I call it? In a side slip. So it looks fun. Make sure I don't run into the ground as well. So I've got full right rudder at the moment. And just controlling where I'm going with my aileron. Right, I need to add the power now, so I'll just go max continuous power, 24. And this is how I do it. So if I want to turn right, I roll out a bit, and if I want to turn left, I bank a bit harder and let it actually turn. And that way you can see where you're going. There's no engine in front of you, but it creates a ton of drag, so can be a problem as well. Okay. The end of the runway, so slowly get out of this, releasing the rudder, releasing the aileron, and let's go into the climb. Let's check with the beacon line. Got a chance to catch up. Almost, there we are. So I'll slowly go over the city. Make sure I'm actually climbing. Get that landing light off. And this is where we're going. Right, so just south 184. Right, that's pretty easy to see actually. That's where we're going. So the weather isn't all too bad today after all. I think we'll simply go to, what do I know, 1500 feet? Should put us somewhere on the tops of those buildings. Right, getting in is easy, getting out we'll just follow the river. So that shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully, yes, hopefully. Anyway, I wouldn't be flying during a Cessna in real life. We are sightseeing in the sim. Clothes look menacing, yeah, they absolutely do. And we'll try to see the so-called fireworks Easter egg after we end the flight. I'm not sure if it's much of an Easter egg if they told about it. I saw it on the official Misfits account, I think, so I don't think it's much of an Easter egg when they told everyone about it. And yeah, it's pretty cool, so I like it. Well, it sort of is, and it's only a 4th of July. Level up here. I like how this rain looks here close to the ground. That looks pretty nice. Also, you can see through the rain, that's also pretty nice. More often than not, the light rain, you will not see it at all. You will maybe see it from the distance, but once you're pretty close, you only notice the raindrops on the windshield. You don't actually see it before getting in it. There's a bit of a problem there. Okay. Oh no, it looks a bit dodgy. I think the quality will improve as we'll get closer. I'll reduce the power a bit, so I'll go 23. Still will be pretty fast for our good old Cessna 152. Since you're flying VFR, would I avoid that weather up ahead or just stay below it? Up ahead you mean in front of us, not above us. So I think I would just fly between those showers, no problem. And since they're not limiting the visibility or anything, that's not a big of a deal. I definitely don't want to go up in the clouds, because that's not much of a VFR. But here, like, look, it's not even limiting visibility a lot, so to be honest, you can well, it looks like that you can't even maybe fly straight through this rain shower. Although it gives a, well, how do I put this? It looks translucent, so it shouldn't be that bad, but this thing on the ground looks a bit menacing. So maybe I would try to avoid, since it would also put some turbulence. How do I put it? What I'm trying to say is that the translucency of the rain doesn't match with how heavy this rain is. So I believe this is a super heavy rain, and since there were lightnings and whatnot, that's pretty heavy. But if it's translucent, it's usually not very heavy, so you could fly through this no problem. It's a bit of a guessing game, I guess. Oh, 10! Thank you for the sub! 6 months! Thank you. So busy returning to work, but thought I'd make sure to show some love before the lurk. Thank you for the love, thank you for the lurk. I hope the work is going good. Also, I don't know what's going on, we're just climbing like crazy. I think this cloud is just sinking me in. Beacon line, also thank you for the sub. Thank you. So yeah, we're a glider now. Look, I'm at idle. I'm idle. And look, I can climb here. I am a glider. Hey Dan, here's your shout out. Right, I think we're out of the gliding area. Yeah. I mean, the Cessna, it doesn't, well, it sinks pretty fast, so it must be really powerful thermal to make you climb. Oh, now we're also hearing the rain. So the thing from before, I hope that answered the question. Why I'm being so confused is that what I'm seeing doesn't exactly match what I'm expecting here. Also, to be honest, you can also have a thunderstorm that will be, well, a dissipating thunderstorm. So the rain is not so heavy, but you still see a thunderstorm above, so it won't induce as much turbulence. And when you cannot see through the rain, then it's usually very heavy. When you can see through it, then it's probably pretty okay. Also, remember, it can still, there can be a significant sink in it or turbulence, so you have to guide it. But I've been flying through some translucent rains, and that's no problem whatsoever. Not even too much of a sink, but not coming from an active thunderstorm cloud. And then there are those rains that you cannot see through at all, and I just would avoid them. And then you can have dissipating thunderstorm cloud with a pretty translucent rain below it, without much turbulence. And more often than not, there will be some rain that you don't see and you only know about it once you fly through it. So there's the downtown. That's looking pretty nice actually. Yay, pretty tall buildings here. Right, I'll get that power back. Or are we in a heavy sink now? And there's Toyota Center. Cool stuff. Right, I need to try fly here. Where's the river now? Okay, so it should be just up ahead, maybe slightly to the left. I think I can see it there. Oh, so if you compare this rain to what we saw before, this looks very... I think I would rather avoid it. That would be turbulence and sink and active thunderstorm, so I don't think I would like to get into that. And note how it's very opaque. And the one before was super translucent. Yeah, you see? This one is super translucent, so I think it's just light rain. Might be from a dissipating thunderstorm, so... And that one here, huge difference. That one, well, I'm not sure what the sim is trying to say, but you can have a situation when this rain like just dropping and there's down drop just producing, and you may see like a very heavy rain that's just going down. It hasn't reached the ground yet. That will look like this, although I'm not sure what kind of idea the sim is having. And also think like this. If it's illuminated, there's a good chance there will be snow or something like that, or hail, or maybe it's just water illuminated in a funny way. So that looks scary. Being under this might be a bit of a problem. And then those like small showers, I don't think they would be too much of a problem. So a bit of a guessing game. So what do we do now? We do follow this river and get to the... what's the place called again? Something with Bay Town. Follow the river and get to the Bay Town. Alright, I'm just chilling here, not giving the altitude all too much. I think we're doing okay. Try to slow down just a bit. Also, Taco is having fun there with that F-18. That looks pretty nice. And how's the BK line doing? I think we lost him. No problem. Oh, now this one got a bit less translucent. Also, another thing is you can gauge the cloud that is at the top of the rain. Most of the times you will see if that's an active thunderstorm or just a dissipating cloud. This will tell you a lot, and if it's a big cumulonimbus or big towering cumulus or just a small cumulus. But there's a catch, you can also have embedded thunderstorms. So that means you can just have a very even ceiling of clouds, and then somewhere in between there will be a thunderstorm built inside this, and then of course you will not be able to gauge where it is. So that's a bit problematic. And you can also see that on the significant charts they're marked as embedded thunderstorms. And they also look very nice on satellite pictures because you just see an even cloud layer and there's a thunderstorm inside of it. So actually the satellite can see it, but you from the bottom, well, you may or may not see that. Right, so we do follow that left here. I got a bit low, so I have trouble keeping altitude in this plane. Probably if I was a bit focused, it would have been a bit easier. There's a ton of fuel storage here. And tankers, I guess, or some other ships. Right, now they're loading in. I think they're a bit lacking. Okay, the photogrammetry didn't play well here. It's fun that I can see the writing, but then well, I think the trees aren't a good sign. Like those ships are in decay. Speaking of bad weather, my power blinked and I had to get back to my PC. Oh, there was a blank screen for a long time. Oh no. Ooh, that's bad. I got a power outage once a few weeks ago and I have never had one here for like last 8 years. So I was super surprised for the PC to just go black. I hope everything is fine with your PC and everything there. What's up with this thing? So I think we'll go closer and investigate that. That's not Washington DC. What is it then? Oh, on APS, but need to figure out why my PC rebooted. Ooh, that's scary. I hope it will be fine. Sort of loaded back up into everything, which is weird. Well, oh, maybe just one of the monitors turned off. That's what happens to me sometimes. One of the monitors like gets sort of disconnected and reconnects, then the whole PC goes blinky black for a moment. That can be one of the reasons, but I never know. Could be. At least my sim didn't crash after all this time. It's all good then. Right, getting super bumpy here. And also, yeah, a lot of things, so I want to climb a bit. Oh, okay. Here's the monument. That looks actually pretty interesting. Also, you probably wouldn't be allowed to fly here, like those short of fuel storage usually have some restricted area or prohibited area around them, so you can't really fly above that most of the time. But I'm not sure about the situation here. It's just sad about those ships getting consumed by the trees and whatnot. Oh, this one's looking a bit better. Alright, here's the monument. So it's basically trying to be Washington, although there's kind of a thing on top. I like it, looks pretty nice. Oh no, I lost it. Hang on. Pretty nice one, also a big one. Oh, there are the big line. So we're back. Good stuff. Right, now we need to find the Bay Town. I'll just use the little plane here, try to find it. I think we'll take the runway 14 again, although I'll check the wind first. So what's the wind here? Oh, 14 at 13, 14. So we can do that. Why am I sinking all the time? I don't like it. So the plane is being super fast for me sometime and then it's super slow another day. I think it's just whenever there is sinking or climbing around me that makes a lot of difference for this little plane. Alright, looking at the chart, it should be somewhere there. I still can't see it here. Although it's not that big of an airport, so it might be quite difficult to see. That's the situation right now. We're just getting closer, like 3 miles away. I think that's possibly this area here. Maybe not. Right, I'm getting this just trying to look at that. Where are you though? Would be good knowing where we are going, but we're still not there. Okay, I think it will be this one here. I think those are the hangars, and there's the runway there. That should be it. Oh, there's the beacon. I'm not sure how visible those beacons are actually in real life. I don't remember ever seeing any. Maybe US has bigger beacons, who knows? And the PK line being there, cool stuff. But now that up close that looks less intimidating, this can see through it. So this area here, that's pretty bad. Right, there's the runway there, so we're on base. I will reduce the power a bit, flaps 10. Load down to the white line. Heat check flaps 20. And flaps full, landing light on. And let's touch down there. Right, maybe I don't need to think all that much. So there's a display threshold, so we should land beyond that. Oh no, Sage Coffee went below ground level. I saw minus 2000 feet there. Oof. Right, keep at least keep that 6 knots on the approach. What's the wind situation here? I feel like it's from the right also. Well, let's roll with that. Right, so I'm aiming for the display threshold there. And alright, the wind's actually from the right, so left rudder, right aileron. Round out, go into flare. Roll back the power, try to track the center line. And here we go. 7 the brakes. Actually, is there a next one to vacate? Not really. So we'll turn around here and vacate via the taxiway behind me. Flaps up. Pull rudder, step on the right brake, add some power to continue the turn. There is the BK line there. Right, not bad with the touchdown at all. Back it here. It's much harder to control this in the sim than in the real plane for some reason. And where do we go? I think we'll just go somewhere there. Right, landing light off, taxi light off, strobe off. I'll keep the transponder on for the time being. I think there will be a bit of a bump here. Boom, there we go. I think I'll go between those houses. That looks pretty nice here. Or maybe no, let's go to Joe. Joe is there, we shall use it. We shall use the help that we have here. So there's Joe, there's tank fuel station, so that's the place where we started. Oh, look at him. How do we name the other guy? The marshaller, maybe Mike, since the marshaller. So we got Joe and the Mike, cool stuff. Right, parking brake set. And I'll turn off all the radios, transponder off. Alternator off. Pull the mixture. Wait for the engine to stop. I think the wind is not letting it. Actually, it stopped. And these two off. The beacon off, nav off, and battery off. There we go, we have arrived. Good stuff. Let's have a look at the beacon line. Are you there? So they're in the distance, so I'm not sure how far you have to go. Oh, there you are. So you're actually getting closer, so we can watch you land, I think. Right, I'm curious how this is gonna turn out. So I'll zoom a bit. And this should be looking pretty fun now. Oh, we did overshoot that, so I'm not sure if we're landing now or a bit later. You can just see the dot. I did see a line there as well for a moment. Going to try the other end of the runway. Okay, makes sense. Also, it's got this system. I think it was Vasilites. Vasilites, not the puppy, where there's two and two. And there's display threshold as well on this end. Pretty cool. I see, I got a bit louder. Don't worry, take your time. I know it's taking time. So we actually managed to go between the showers, not having too much of a trouble there. Except that one time when it was climbing like crazy. Right, can I see you? Well, I did see the lights, didn't see the plane. So you are the mystery plane right there. Right, I'm not sure what happened there. I hope you made it. So I'll try to find some angle and get ready for the outro. So if you want, I think there's still spots here that you can take. Otherwise, I'll go and play the outro for you. And then we'll go and raid someone. Crash! Oh no! You need a new plane. Cool step. So I'll get the guitar and the bass, play the outro for you, and then we'll go and raid someone. So if you can, please stick out for the raid. Also, reminder of the announcement, I'll be going to irregular streams now and less often, so at least 2 times a month. I'm not sure when the next stream will be. I'll post in the Discord when I have some idea when I want to stream, and we'll see how that works for me. Okay, let me get the guitar and the bass. So I'll disappear for a second, get the guitars going, and then I'll be back. Too much pressure. Oh no. Sorry, don't worry about it. You've got plenty times to try. Also, to be honest, it's pretty much easier in the role playing. So, here's the guitar. I'll kill the music and get the drums going. And also make them louder. So, oh, hang on, I need to slow the drums as well. I think that's gonna work. Here we go. And here's the bass. There you go, that's looped in. I hit the wrong note and one time it sounds very awkward. But anyway, that's looped in. Right, the bass is down. I've got a bit of trouble putting it down, it's a bit tight here. So maybe I should think how to make more room in the back. Maybe I just don't need to see the bass for the whole stream. Thanks for the stream, you're well welcome. That zombie, thank you for the emotes, Poke, Guitar. Alright, so let me see who's up, who can write. Thank you for stopping by today and hanging out and playing along. It's been pretty nice having you on board. Now, who is here, who is here? Oh, we're supposed to see the fireworks. Hang on, I almost forgot. So what we need to do is we need to change the time. And we need 22 local, I think. So here's the sunset, it's looking pretty nice. How's that gonna work now? Well, I don't know. There's a chance I don't have it installed properly since I just downloaded it for the stream, or maybe we're not at the right place, or maybe don't have the right time or not. Or maybe we're not where we're supposed to be. Maybe we should have been closer to the major city. Maybe we're just too far out. No, I don't know together. Alright, so I think... Oh, there they are! Yay, it works! So the fireworks, I like the state or city sponsored ones. Since they're the professional fireworks, they go very high and they're much quieter. So all the animals, they survive it without much trouble. But all the privately fired ones, they are absolutely horrible since they're so loud and all the animals are very unhappy about it. It worked! It worked! Amazing! Alright, it's pretty well done actually. I like it. Okay, just like that. Let me see who can rate. I think we'll go with the 757 Spy. He's a cool guy, I really enjoy watching him. So I'll set this up and we'll go rate him. Alright, I super enjoy the fireworks now. So maybe I'll just disappear and we'll keep that on. Okay. So, there it is up, thank you for flying, coming along, and everything. It's been super fun. I'm not sure when the next stream will be. It will be this month, I'll let you know on Discord. There's a good chance it will be on the weekend, so all the US friends you may have heard I'm flying along, we'll see about that. So, whenever I feel like I'm good for streaming, I'll let you know, and we'll do that again. Okay, I'll disappear. Let's watch the fireworks. They're so nice. Okay. So, thank you, and let's go for the ride. I'll see you there. Bye bye bye.